Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 6 of the Perpetual Progress Project. Today, we're going to respond directly to one comment. Somebody asked me specifically about the low testosterone treatment and how I was feeling even now, and I'm happy to talk about that in hopes that it helps that person and anybody else that might be watching this. And we'll go over my schedule in Florida after talking about how well I'm doing with my testosterone treatment. You'll see the schedule that I'm keeping here in Florida, and you'll think, next is doing all right. That seems pretty healthy. And as part of that, I recorded about 2 weeks of footage. I recorded my schedule that I've been keeping until I head back to Puerto Rico, actually. So I've been going to the gym or physical therapy uh, every day, physical therapy twice a week. I've been working remote. Uh, after reviewing the footage that I have been busting my ass at my career job. I've been working Saturdays and Sundays and yeah, I used to, but before I started this little project of recording the footage over the last couple of weeks, I I was getting kind of hard on myself for not spending as much time doing this video project stuff, thinking, I was just slacking off or something. No, my career job just takes sucks up all of my time, especially right now while things are hectic. When I get back to Puerto Rico, things, one, I won't be traveling around as much as I am, and I'll be able to settle into a routine that'll facilitate the live streaming and working on the video projects that I want. But right now, I'm just in work mode, as you will see, and I couldn't have gotten into the work mode I'm in if I wasn't as healthy as I am. And as I said in my talked about in my health journey video, that it's been a very, very uh, long, hard road, but I'm there. So I'm actually headed back to Puerto Rico on the 21st. So just under 10 or 11 days, actually. And the comment that I wanted to respond to was Cody 092. Cody said, "Good to see you again, Nexius. Been watching since the Swifty days." Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I am going through the troubles of low T myself, starting treatment tomorrow. I was experiencing high depression, anxiety, no motivation. Doctors had me trying SSRIs as well, no luck. Got my T tested and it was sitting at 135 total level. Wow, that's around where I think mine was at 130. And that was after the cancer surgery. So yeah, I'm glad you're getting treatment. This video has given me hope to push forward with treatment. Are you still having luck with the test? Yes, I am. Let's talk about that. I was, you know, trying to figure out what I wanted to say and what I wanted to talk to you about, and you and all the other viewers. And I thought it best just to get a couple of lists together of the symptoms of low testosterone. So that there's no sex drive, reduced libido. I'll tell you, it took a couple of months to get the dosage dialed in, but I knew that the testosterone was working because I was walking home from work, and this was back when I was in Seattle. I was walking back to the bus stop to catch the bus back home, and this cute girl walked by, and I wanted to turn around and check her out to see if the back was as pleasing as the front, if you follow me. And it was, and it really was. And then I looked forward and I almost like bowled over this old like 5 foot tall lady. I'm big, I'm 6'2". I almost destroyed this lady. And I felt bad about it. I was like, why didn't you see that lady? You just about ran over that lady and scared the crap out of her. And I was like, you were checking out that girl's ass. You're back. And it was one of those things where the symptoms uh, of low T crept in so slowly over time. For the longest time, I thought I'm just getting older. That's just what happens when you get old. And then erectile dysfunction. Yeah, I don't. After starting the therapy, I remembered that there is such a thing as morning wood. Uh, before the testosterone therapy, no, no, wasn't a thing. Decreased muscle mass and strength. Yeah. When I got out of the surgery, I was down to like 170 pounds, and I think I was either rail thin, and then when I tried to eat a lot, I'd put all the fat around like my belly, but I'd still be like super skinny in the arms and the chest. Uh, and it looks like there's decreased bone density. Thankfully, that didn't lead to a problem with me. Fatigue and low energy levels. My God. Um, I look back on the way I felt years ago, and I'm surprised I I literally crawled out of bed every morning. And it was just an effort of willpower to go to work and put in 8 hours and then crawl back home to get some sleep. The hot flashes, waking up in the middle of the night, pouring sweat, reduced body hair and less beard growth. Well, I don't know about that. No, I'm pretty hairy. That's not a problem. And then development of breast tissue. No, thank goodness. No, that did not happen. And those are all just the physical symptoms. The mental and emotional symptoms, depression and feelings of sadness, irritability and mood swings, reduced cognitive function, difficulty concentrating, memory issues. This was the big one. This probably led to the most amount of suffering that I went through because I wasn't capable of doing tasks that I used to be able to do. For instance, editing videos. I used to be able to sit there for 40 hours straight and bang away on the keyboard and knock out a video like when I was editing for John. And then uh, I lost the ability to do that. I'd sit in front of the editor and I couldn't think of what to do or what the next step was. And I got on myself about that. That was really upsetting that I could no longer do those things. And that's what turned me to go to the doctors, and the doctors prescribed me, oh, you're depressed, and here's some SSRIs, and all that was a whole hell in a handbasket, like I talked about in the other video, getting misdiagnosed, and then the side effects from the SSRIs just made everything worse. Oh, lack of motivation, general sense of well-being. Yeah, no, I totally had a lack of motivation. The I got up out of bed and you know, got dressed and crawled into work knowing that that's what I had to do, but I wasn't motivated to do it. I did it because I knew I needed health insurance and I needed to keep a roof over my head. I wasn't actually like now I'm thinking about where my career is going and how it's growing and that stuff. Before I was just trying to make it, through the day. And then sleep disturbances. Well, I had the sleep disorder, sleep apnea. So that all of this was kind of a double whammy. In fact, here I had it list the AI list uh, the symptoms of the sleep disorder, and then I asked it, hey, which one of those overlap? So depression, irritability, and fatigue are all symptoms of both low testosterone and sleep apnea. So not only were the symptoms for me for the low testosterone, but the sleep apnea just exacerbated and made everything worse. And I asked it, I asked it this question. Uh, when you're constantly fatigued and when you're under a lot of stress, your perspective on things is completely different than from what they would be. Okay, so that's why I asked this question. We'll read through it. When somebody with low testosterone and fatigue from sleep apnea encounters a stressful event, the impact can be significantly more severe than it would be for a healthy person. Here's a breakdown of the differences in perceived impact, psychological response and physiological response. So the perceived impact. A healthy individual, something that would just cause normal stress, that event would be seen as manageable. It would cause temporary anxiety or discomfort, but it wouldn't be overwhelming. And the healthy person would be able to cope with the situation. Okay. But when you've got low T, or sleep apnea, or both, or you're just really fucking tired, the same event will feel overwhelming or insurmountable because like it would even happen when I was at work. Even though something happened at work isn't the end of the world, my body would and my thought processes would still respond to it as if it was some sort of emergency situation, because to me it was, because I was so tired and so exhausted and everything that I could barely get through the day. So now this new thing is coming at me that I have to deal with, and I don't have any reserve. And that's kind of where the mentality goes. So reduced energy levels, constant fatigue, depressive symptom, dis, depressive symptoms make it difficult to view the situation objectively, amplifying the stress's impact. So what would be a normal event, a normal stressful event to somebody else could seem like the fucking end of the world to you. The psychological response, so a healthy person, their response to stress, they'd release a normal amount of cortisol, and their body would benefit from that temporary boost and what cortisol does for the system. However, if you've got low T and sleep apnea, you have cortisol dysregulation. So you get the cortisol and you don't get it out as quickly. So you're constantly at this level of stress that just never goes away. Um, and then that stress can actually make the fatigue that you're suffering from worse, and it turns into this big feedback loop. It's just terrible. And if you're going through this, man, I feel for you. I was there. I'm so glad to hear that you're getting treatment for this. And if anybody else is recognizing, that's watching this, is recognizing some of these symptoms and you're not getting help, please go see a medical professional and talk to them about some of these things. You don't I if I That's the advice that I would have given myself years ago. You don't have to suffer. You can go get help for these things. And then increased risk of physical symptoms. So headaches, muscle tension, increased heart rate and blood pressure, all things that happen when you're constantly fatigued, and some event that would stress you out happens. So, and then the psychological responses, a normal individual, oh, the thing happened, they get over it, you go home, the day goes on. When you're suffering from low T, sleep apnea, or both, you are constantly under this heightened level of anxiety, and constantly at this lower level of depression. Excuse me. And then the impaired cognitive function, the tireder, the more tired that I got, the worse it would get. It got to a point. One of the things that made me realize I had go to the doctor for the sleep disorder was I did the hormone therapy first, and I did feel better from the hormone therapy. And I was thinking, okay, well, now my hormones are back where they need to be. I should go to the gym. So I'd go to the gym and I'd exercise like, 3 times a week. But because I wasn't getting good sleep, it actually impaired my mental function so much that I was like forgetting what I was saying in the middle of meetings at work. I would be talking to people and my brain would just reset, and I was like, what was I saying? It was really embarrassing, and I didn't realize that's what was going on. The doctor said that's called a micro sleep, is that you're so tired your brain just quickly resets and gets like a split second of sleep, and that's why you forgot about the thing that you were talking about. And then, yeah, overall summary for an individual with low testosterone and sleep apnea induced fatigue, the perceived impact of a moderate stressor is likely to be much greater than that of a healthy person. The physiological and psychological responses will be amplified with more severe fatigue, anxiety, and potentially depressive symptoms. This can lead to a cycle of worsening health where the stress exacerbates the underlying conditions, making it even harder to recover or cope with future stressors. Yeah, yeah. That's that basically sums it up. I can now deal, like I was saying in my response to your comment. The thing about the testosterone therapy is that once again effort feels good. It feels good to make an effort and to work hard, and I'm actually motivated and driven to do these things, to succeed, to improve, and that's my motivation now, not not what it was, where I was just getting up out of bed and doing it because I knew that's what I had to do as a man, you know. Um, and uh, we've had some good gains too. Had some good gains. So let's talk about my schedule in Florida, because I'm doing great with my treatment, and I'm happy to report that when I got here to Florida, I could not do a pull up unassisted, but because I've been going to the gym damn near every day since I got here, I can actually now do 5 pull-ups unassisted. And let's show you what my schedule looked like here in Florida. So Sundays Sundays are the easy day. You basically get up. I get up mad early now. I don't stay up late like I used to. I get up super early and go have breakfast at the diner and go to the gym, hit the showers, and then because it's Sunday, I'll do the coin laundry because I'm here in Florida, and then I'll have lunch and I'll relax. The last couple of weekends, though, I have been working on career stuff because it's just been a madhouse at work. Uh, Monday, same thing. Get up, go get breakfast, go to the gym, hit the showers, and then the library doesn't open until noon. So I'll head over to the Starbucks and work remote until it's time to grab lunch and head over to the library. And then we wrap it up at about 6 p.m. and head back to the campground with dinner. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's where I have physical therapy. So I'll get up early in the morning and I'll go catch breakfast, and then I'll stay there at the diner and work for a few hours until it's time to go to physical therapy. And then I'll leave physical therapy, go to the gym, hit the gym, get dressed, and then go back to the library to work remote. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are all the same because I don't have physical therapy, but I go to the gym. And then Saturday is the library is still open, so I'll actually get to the library like a normal day, as if I was just going to be working, but I'll work on my stuff. And in this particular case, it happens to be the video you're watching right now. Uh, so you can see me staying busy here, right? And I took a bunch of footage. In fact, I want to play this. This is an hour's worth of footage, and I noticed the thing that I did not do. I did not film myself like outside of my car a lot. I noticed that every time I turned the camera on to report the situation, it was after I had already done the thing that I was going to do, and I was reporting it to the camera. So I've been going through this footage, and I don't know how I'm going to splice it all together. We'll take a look at some of it here in the editor, and I'll talk about that, talk about the footage, and then we can wrap it up because I don't want this video to run too long. And I'm looking forward to getting back to Puerto Rico and building that workstation, and then I'll actually be able to do, multiple monitors. I'll be able to do the editing, the scripting, the recording, all that stuff. All I've got right now is just a laptop. I'm looking forward to getting the equipment that I need. But here, let's play this little snippet real quick. This is at the tail end of 2 weeks. So what I'm doing to save money is I'll stay at a hotel room for 3 days, and then there's a state forest park that you can book a campsite at for $9 a day for 2 weeks at a time. So that's where I'm staying mostly, and then I'm getting my shower at the gym, and I'm eating out like at a diner for breakfast, and then I'll go grab lunch at the grocery store or something. Let's play this one. Okay, kicking ass at work. I got my flow chart built, and now that I know all the different steps, I can start filling in the minor details. Let's see there. There, this the process I'm working on right now is basically a method to uh, allow the entire company to make requests of other departments and for us to oversee those requests, reject or accept them, and ensure that the
proper type of work product is being done. So sometimes, somebody from customer support will be like, "Hey, we should do this," and we'll say, "Okay, we can't because of X, Y, Z." And then somebody from customer support will be like, "Hey, we should do this." Wow, that's a really good idea. We should do that. And then we either if it's something that needs to be done right away, the process covers that. But if it doesn't need to be done right away, then we add that to the list of planned work and put it on what's called the backlog. And then we get to it as soon as we can prioritize it. We're not putting out fires anymore. So that's my boss. That was my boss hitting me up on Slack on a Sunday. So let me get going, and I'll I think this is it. I think I've been recording shit for 2 weeks now, just about every day. So I'll put this together. I'll preamble this video with the recording, talk about my health because there was a gentleman who made a comment on one of I think my health journey video that was seeking some more information about my health journey, and I'd like to relay a couple of things to him. He's just now starting the hormone therapy, and I'm really happy for him. It's as you can see, you know, I'm back. Effort feels good. I've got my drive and everything again. Didn't have that when I had low testosterone. So I can sympathize, and I want him. I recorded all this just to show him that it gets better.
Okay. And there's a lot of clips like that, which is would be hard to splice all of these together because it would just be me looking at the camera and talking to it, and the only thing you'd really see change in the background would be the background. But as you could see, I really did record a lot of the stuff that I did day in and day out. It's me getting dressed. That's yeah, that's a picture of the wildlife at the gym. That's me getting rid of a tick because there are ticks in Florida. Ugh. And yeah, so it's been I've actually really enjoyed my time here. It's been I like the fact that I've been keeping busy, that I've been focused on my career, and because I was recording some of this stuff and thinking about the next video, I can say I worked on some of my video production stuff too. However, my work-life balance has been not existent lately. I have been working a lot. I've been working. I looking through some of these, and I've worked the last couple of weekends, and I'm looking forward to getting back to Puerto Rico where I can have a bit more of a. I'll have more leisure time because I won't be constantly traveling from one point to the other, and I'll be able to get a lot more video production stuff done. Probably save myself damn near a day and a half to 2 days in the amount of travel time. Excuse me, in the amount of travel time that I do. So that's the big ambitious schedule, and I can do that because I'm healthy once again, thank goodness. And we talked about the gains. I can actually do a pull up again. That's great. Um, yeah, and then I was just looking at some of the side effects for the testosterone therapy. Um, you can the mood changes. You gotta watch out for those. They're especially if you don't have all your medication dialed in yet. So what happened with me was I didn't respond initially to the different dosage schedules that my doctor would traditionally go with. So the doc was thinking, oh, you just take one shot during the week and that'll be enough. Well, I'd take one big shot at the beginning of the week, and then we test my hormone levels, and it's the needle did not move. So we split the dose from one big dose into two different doses, and we did that for a little while because you don't want to make big moves with the hormone therapy because of the mood swings. You got to take these little small steps and see what happens. So we did that. Still didn't work. So we split it into three different doses. And each time we're doing this, the needle's getting smaller. And I'm happy with that. And the three doses throughout the week didn't work. So he just goes, huh? Well, why don't you just use the insulin syringe? I was like, you mean the smallest needle? He goes, yeah. I was like, okay, I like that. And just give yourself a point 0.1 every day. And after doing that for about 2 or 3 weeks, I started getting, I was feeling better for about 2 weeks. And then I started getting really emotional by week 4 or 5. And then by week 7 or 8, I was getting my blood tested again. And the doctor called me the day after I had my blood work done. He's like, hey, how are you feeling? I was like, well, I'm a little emotional. That was an understatement. Like I was like wanting to cry all the time, and I was feeling depressed. And the doc said, "Well, it looks like you're finally responding uh, to the testosterone therapy. Your testosterone levels are where they should be, but your estrogen levels are about 9,000% higher than they need to be." So my doctor prescribed me some anti-estrogen medication, and that went away. And that's a typical response of the male body to being injected with extra amounts of testosterone. Is it your body produces extra estrogen to try and balance it out. That's why back in the day, before the bodybuilders had all this stuff down to a science and didn't know these things, that the bodybuilders that were juicing would go on a cycle, and then they'd go off the cycle, but they wouldn't have any anti-estrogen medication, and their body would still keep producing that high amount of estrogen. And then they got the bitch tits and all that stuff. So yeah, just watch the mood swings, man. It's and then sometimes I can tell. Sometimes I feel a little uncharacteristically aggressive, and that's when I got to check myself and calm down a little bit, especially when I get pissed off about stupid things at work. Um, but I find that going to the gym every day really, really, really does help with this, especially now that my levels where they need to be, and I'm definitely back in shape, and it's night and day. Um, Less common serious side effects, less common. I don't suffer from any of that stuff. Monitor management. Yeah, get your blood levels checked regularly. Uh, you're on the testosterone therapy. It can cause your body to produce extra red blood cells, so your blood gets thicker than it should be, and that's measured. It's called the hematocrit on the blood work. And if mine will get too high every 6 to 9 months, but as long as I donate blood every 6 to 9 months, it goes away. It's one of the I think it's the only medical procedure where bleeding somebody is still acceptable. That is literally the cure for having a high hematocrit is to bleed you. So I just go to the blood donation thing, and they give me a snack and a gift card, and I'm happy, and they're happy. Whoa! All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, so yeah, like I said, heading back to Puerto Rico on the 21st. Between now and then, I am going to focus on my business plan. I want to try and uh, either get that close to being finished or get it finished and presented, and see if I can't get a small business loan to purchase some of the equipment that I talked about in the other video. Um, but that's a quick update, y'all. That's everything that's been going on. Um, I can't wait to. I'm so close, man. I'm so close to being able to live stream again, and to consistently produce content again. I'm orienting my whole life around that. I've already let my roommate know I'm gonna I'm gonna have the place that we're moving into. That's why I'm flying back on the 21st, just because we're moving into a new place that's bigger. So I'll have my own bedroom, which I do now, but I'll also have an office, and I'm going to get the office set up, and that's where we'll do all the live streaming and the work and stuff from. Very exciting time, very exciting. So without me, if I keep this up much longer, I'll probably start rambling. I just wanted to let everybody know that things are going good. Busted my ass. That the physical therapy's going well. I'm getting my mobility back. I'm getting the strength back in my legs. I'm definitely getting stronger in the gym. Like I said, I can do pull-ups again, and things are going really good at work. Things are developing there. We're starting to talk about you know, what my promotion is going to look like and what my job description is going to look like when that happens in the next couple of months. And that's a good position to be in when the company wants to promote you and they ask you to go ahead and write which job description you want. So very, very good spot to be in all around. I'm doing really good. I hope you guys are too. I wish you the best, and I'm not going to stop making content or anything. I made it this far. I'm definitely going to do this shit. Um, uh, like I said, closer now than ever. So I'll see you next episode.